Assalamu alaikum, hey, and welcome to the Muslim Life Coach Institute podcast. This is Abdul Shahid, master coach, trainer, and therapist, and this is where I help you to coach yourself and your clients on how to overcome anxiety, fear, and all of the emotional baggage that keeps so many of us stuck in our minds, our lives, and our relationships. Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode. If you have not been following the Million Muslim Minds Transform program, I suggest you stop right now. Actually, don't stop right now, but you listen to this podcast. But after you finish listening to this podcast, what I suggest you do is you go and sign up for that free program. It's a free program where it's a tarbiyah program, a coaching, counseling, mentoring type program where I take you through the science of the nafs. I take you through understanding your own spirituality, psychology, your own struggles, the obstacles in your way and how to overcome them. I take you through that in a much more succinct and more formulaic way, so that you can create the best year of your life. So if you haven't signed up to that, what I suggest is you go sign up. But in this episode, what I'm going to actually do is we're going to be talking about transforming your mind, your spirituality, and your life. And I'm going to give you a bit of an insight into what's been going on over the last month or so as I've been taking people through this program. And don't worry, you haven't missed a thing. You want to jump in and take the program. This is a program that we are using to transform a million Muslim minds. You see, why the mind? I want you to understand why the mind. Because listen, folk, you know, in the science of the nafs, like the mind is your heart, right? And the heart, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said about it, like ala wa inna fil jasadi mudghatan idha salahat salaha al jasad kulluhu, right? And this is the most important part of this. Like, in your body there is a piece of flesh, let's call it the control center. If its programming is good, if it's sound, if it is without the challenges that you're currently facing in your life, then your whole life is going to be good, right? This is like a metaphor, but I want you to understand that if you can focus on the mind and clearing it of all of the challenges, then what's going to happen is it's actually going to change your life. Like, wow, type change your life. It will. I mean, I'm not faking the excitement. I am really excited just to be sharing this stuff with you. In fact, I am humbled and ever so grateful to my creator, your creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for allowing this to happen. Because listen, folk, like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Like, no exaggeration. Why? Because it's called revelation, the Quran and the Sunnah. Anyway, if you take this revelation, this Quran and Sunnah, and you understand it in the way that I'm teaching it here through the science of the nafs, what's going to happen is that it's going to help you to unblock yourself, your challenges, and all the rest of it. So let me talk about what I talked about in this last live session that I ran. I want to give you a quick synopsis and just give you an idea as to how you work, right? So you're feeling awful, right? You wake up one morning or at some point in your day or night or whatever, you're feeling awful, and like you're thinking, it's because of your circumstances, because of the people you're around, like such toxic environment or people or something. And by doing that, immediately what happens is that we actually lose control of the entire situation, because we can't always control what's outside of us, right? At best, we can influence it, but sometimes you can't even influence it. So it can't be that. Right? Because what you're feeling is inside of you. It's not outside of you. So I want you to understand, the question is, why does this even happen? Right? Why are you feeling awful? What's going on here? So in order to understand this, let's go back to understanding your immune system. Like, when I talk about immune system, I'm talking about your psychological, spiritual, and physical immune system. Like, just like you have a physical immune system, you're psychologically, spiritually, you have an immune system. Your immune system, in the spirituality sense, we might call that the Fitra. I mean, I'm probably the first to call it that, but just, stay with me. Like, the Fitra is something which is within you. It's like a natural disposition. It's like when things go wrong, then the Fitra kicks in, and it realigns you. Realigns you with what? Realigns you with the source of your well-being, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what it does. So just like the immune system, when, there's something going on in the physical body, the immune system kicks in to actually protect the body, right? So the Fitra works in the same way. So this is why I call it the psychological immune system, right? Spiritual. And it's not just spiritual, because in the science of the nafs, what we learn is that there's three things going on here. You've got spiritual connection, right? Your connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You've got your psychological state of being, like the way that you're experiencing life, the way you're thinking, the way you're going through your life, and actually how you're experiencing everything, right? And then you got the physical, and the physical is, almost like a byproduct, or it's being controlled by the former, like the spiritual and the psychological. So this is like a simple way to understand it. Like, this is the science of the nafs, right? Now, what happens is that we get stuck in challenges in our lives. We get stuck with circumstances and things that we don't always control. And in the midst of that, like, it throws us into this turbulence of mind. We get stuck in our mind. We get stuck in this awful feeling. And, that mind and awful feeling, that experience that we're having, what that does is that it actually impacts your physical well-being. It impacts the way that you connect to people. It's not just your physical as in your body, but also the physical realm, the world, right? It impacts you in society, impacts you in your environment, with your relationships with the people that you connect to or disconnect from, and it impacts the way you show up in every area of your life. Right? This is how the mind works. Like, this is how the holistic human being works. So the thing is, it's really important. Like, I feel like I'm being too technical with you here, and I'm trying to. Anyway, I feel like I'm being technical, but I know that you're smart, and I know that you're going to get it. And sometimes what it takes is for us to listen to these things a few times. But if you want a deeper understanding of exactly what I'm talking about, you want to go and watch the program. It's a free program. It's like a 60-day program. 60-day as in over eight weeks. Like, and there's lots of stuff that I'm sharing. There's the live calls, and and if you miss the live calls, it doesn't matter. You want to watch the replays, because it is just as impactful if I'm there in the flesh or if I'm there in the digital pixels. Like, really, I am pretty, like, okay, anyway, I was going to blow my own trumpet there. So anyway, the videos are really good, right? Not me. So here's the thing, going back to what I'm talking about, you want to understand yourself. You want to understand what's going on for you. You want to understand where your experience is coming from. And what happens is that when we're, spiritually or psychologically impacted, it actually impacts us, the way that we show up in our world, the way that we handle life. And the reality is that, look, you can absolutely handle anything in your life. Now, and you don't have to stay there. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to stay there. But what you want to do is that you want to take charge of what you have. And what you have there is the most powerful thing ever. I mean, the Prophet ﷺ said that if you gain mastery of this thing of yours, right, this heart of yours, this mind of yours, then what's going to happen is that your whole life is going to change. Everything about your life is going to change, and opportunities will open up to you. Like, things that you didn't believe were possible will open up to you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to some of the podcasts that I've done with some of the coaches that I've trained, some of the people that have gone through the Nafs transformation program. They've gone through it in a short period of time. In less than a year, they've transformed their entire lives. They have transformed their entire lives. How does that even happen? It happens because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about this revelation of his, he said, this is shifa'un lima fi sudur. Like, this is a shifa. This is like a cure, like a healing for that which is in the heart. And if we can use it in the right way, you just got to know how to use it, right? If you can use it in the right way, then what will happen is that everything in your life changes. And most people, they most of us, I know, like, look, know from experience, know my own life experience, like, when you're stuck for so long in this state of, challenge or struggle, be it in the real world, be it in your mind, be it wherever you are, you're impacted all round. And it impacts you in your salah, impacts you in your connection to Allah. You feel disconnected, you feel unsupported, you feel. And we have all of these things going on. And really what I'm saying is that there is a simple solution to this. There is a simple solution. And if you take the steps to create that solution, what will happen is that you will set yourself free. Because you have the ability to do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ra'd, like, Inna Allah la yughayru ma biqawmin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna Allah will not change what's going on all outside of you. Hatta yughayru, like what? Change what? That which is within them. Like you and I, what is within us, when you are taking control of that and you're actually using your God-given abilities and power to, change that, then what's going to happen is, like, everything outside of you is going to change. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will make it happen. Like, so here's the thing. I want you to know that there is no problem that you have to stay in forever. There is no challenge that you have to experience for the rest of your life. Like, you can totally overcome, like, just about anything with the aid and support of Allah. But what you've got to do is that you've got to follow the huda, follow the guidance, and actually step into it and make it happen. Make it happen. So the first thing you can do, and where I'm going to leave you on this, the first thing that you should do to make it happen is understand what's going on here. This program is going to help you to change your life. Follow it, do it, act upon it, live it. If you're worried about, procrastination and all that stuff, don't worry about it. Just learn it and understand it. That initial understanding, the changing of the state of the heart, that's an action that you need to take first. The changing of the state of the heart, that is through understanding. Fiqh ad-Din, right? And when you do that, what's going to happen is that everything else is going to be impacted. Anyway, folk, I hope this makes sense. And if you were with me in the live session, then this is just an added bonus on top of that. I want you to think about it. I want to immerse your mind and your heart into this information, this transformative way of thinking. Because when you can totally marinate your mind in this revelation-based knowledge, then what's going to happen is that it's going to change things for you, and you're not going to even realize, you're not going to even see it happening. And then all of a sudden you wake up and things have changed, everything's changed, life has changed, you feel different, you feel better, you feel like amazing. Like, wouldn't it be great to have an amazing year, an amazing day, amazing month, amazing life? It's within your grasp. You can totally do this. So anyway, I'm going to leave you on that. And what I suggest is sign up. Go to the muslimlifecoach.org, the muslimlifecoach.org/million, or just type in the muslimlifecoach.org and just click on 60-day, the free 60-day transformation program, and sign up to it and go through it, apply it, live it, understand it. Like, what's going to happen is that it's going to help you to slowly make shifts that are going to incrementally change your life, and change it as in make you feel good, make you experience a life that you like to live. That's what we want, because from that place you are in a powerful place then, and from that place you can create anything. Like, it sounds crazy, but like, listen, it's not crazy, it's the real deal. Anyway, I'll speak to you very soon, and yeah, go for it. Like, do it. Let's do this. Jazakumullah khair. Hey, if you're ready to actually take the steps to transform your life, I want to invite you to join me on the Nafs Life Transformation Coaching Program, where I help you to take the steps to making the transformation of your mind, your relationships, and your life. Just go over to themuslimlifecoach.org/live. That's the THE muslimlifecoach.org/live.